Simple interest. Simple interest formula is P multiplied by R multiplied by T divided by 100. So, I stand for simple interest, paid or earned. P stand for the principal amount. R stand for the interest rate. T stand for time in years. So this is the simple interest formula. I equals P T R divided by 100. Let's simplify. Principal amount P equals 500. Time T equals for 2 years. R, the interest rate is 2% per annum. That means for 1 year. So let's substitute the values. P equals to 500. So instead of P, we can substitute 500. T equals to 2 years. R equals to 2% divided by 100. Such I is equal to, you can cut the 2 zeros off. So 5 times 2, 10. 10 times 2, it's 20. That means the interest earned is 20. Another example, let's write the formula first. I equals P T R divided by 100. Such P is equal to 1500. T is equal to 5. R is equal to 10%. Let's substitute the values. So instead of P, we can write down 1500. T is 5. R is 10%. Let's divide the answer by 100. So your interest is 750. So you can cut the 2 zeros off. Such 15 into 5 into 10 is 750. Next example. I equals PTR over 100. That is the formula for simple interest, where the principal amount P is equal to 550, T is equal to 4, and R is equal to 12. So let's substitute the values. 550 multiplied by 4 multiplied by 12 divided by 100. Answer is I equals to 264. Let's do this example. A bank is offering 2.5% simple interest on a saving account. If you deposit $5,000, how much interest will you earn in 1 year? So when we read the question, we can brief the information given. This 2.5 is the interest rate, which is R. So the amount that is deposited is $5,000. That is P, the principal amount deposited. So the question is, in a period of 1 year where T equals to 1, they want you to find the simple interest. So the first thing is, we are going to write the formula I equals P T R over 100. Then let's brief the information that we have from the sum. P is equal to 5,000, the amount you deposit. T, the time equals to 1 year. R, the interest rate equals 2.5%. Now, let's substitute the values. 5,000 multiplied by 1 multiplied by 2.5. Let's divide the answer by 100. So, your interest, the simple interest is $125. Another example. To buy a car, Jessica borrowed $15,000 for 3 years at an annual simple interest rate of 9%. How much interest will she pay if she pays the entire loan off at the end of the 3rd year? What is the total amount that she will repay? So let's brief the question. What she borrowed is the principal amount, which is P. And the time period is 3 years, that is T. And the interest rate R is 9%. So knowing this, you can work out how much interest will she pay if she pays the entire loan at the end of 3rd year. So let's write down the formula first. That is I equals to PTR over 100, whereas P is equal to 15,000, T is equal to 3 and R equals 9%. Such I equals 15,000 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 9 divided by 100. So your interest is 4,050. So your interest is 4,050. So for the amount that you borrowed, which was 15,000, that you have to pay an interest of 4,050. For the amount you borrowed 15,000, you have to pay an interest of 4,050. Now, when you pay back the total amount at the end of 3 years, you also have to pay the initial amount you borrowed and the interest together. So, we have another formula for this, that is A equals P plus I. A means the total amount is equal to the principal amount you borrowed plus the interest you have to pay. So, the total amount of repayment is 15,000 added to 4,050, which is 19,050. So, in this question, there are two parts. Firstly, you have to work out the interest. Thereafter, you have to add that with the principal borrowing to show the total amount. This is another question. Nancy invested 6,000 in a bond at a yearly rate of 3%. She earned 450 in interest. How long was the money invested? So let's find the information from the sum. P, the principal amount, according to the sum, is 6,000. This is the amount she invested. The interest rate R is 3%. And she had earned 450 in interest. So only the interest she has earned is 450. And you want to know how long the money was invested. So this 450 is equal to I, and they are asking for the time which the money is invested. Let's write the formula. I equals PTR over 100. P equals 6,000. T equals what you have to find. R equals to 3%. And the interest equals to 450. Let's substitute the values. So in this case, I is equal to 450. So where you have I substituted 450. For P, that's 6,000. T is what you're finding, and R is 3 over 100. Now you have to use a little bit of algebra. So you can multiply both sides by 100 and cancel the denominator off. And thereafter we have 450 multiplied by 100, 45,000. 6,000 multiplied by 3, that is 18,000. Let's divide both sides by 18,000. This is a bit of algebra, where the time is equal to 2.5 years. So in this case, the money had been invested for 2.5 years. Let's practice another question. Mr. Johnson borrowed $88,000 for 4 years to make home improvements. If he repaid a total of $10,320, at what interest rate did he borrow the money? So let's find the information from the sum. The amount he borrowed, 8,000, that is P, and the time, it's 4 years. So the total amount that he had repaid is 10,320. And the interest rate is what the question asks. Now we have two equations. The first is the simple interest is equal to PTR over 100. Also, the total amount is equal to the principal amount plus the interest. So in this case, first step is we are going to find out the interest, which the total amount is 10,320. Principal amount is 8,000. By subtracting 8,000 from 10,320, we are going to find out the interest, that is 2,320. Thereafter, we are going to substitute into the first equation to find the interest rate. So, interest amount is 2,320. Now, from where did I get this 2,320? I work it out here. That is, the total amount is 10,320. From that, the principal amount, when you subtract, you will get the interest only. And here, the principal amount is 8,000. Time taken is 4 years. And you have to work out for the rate. So, the rate is equal to 7.25%. Mr. Mogi borrowed 9,000 for 10 years to make home improvements. If he repaid a total of 20,000, at what interest rate did he borrow the money? So, as we did in the previous question, total amount he had repaid is 20,000 for the initial borrowing of 9,000. So, using A equals to P plus I, we can find the interest. Then we are going to use the formula, the simple interest formula. I equals PTR over 100. And let's follow the information from the sum, which is the principal amount is 9,000. The time taken is 10 years. And the rate is what you have to find, and the interest we found it using A equals P plus I, which is 11,000. Substituting the values to the given equation, you can find out the interest rate as 12%. So with this sum, I will conclude the presentation for simple interest, and in the next video, you can see the presentation for compound interest.